Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and this is part 2 of my Ultimate General Civil War first look. You're going to be seeing some gameplay from the new Civil War game, Ultimate General Civil War, as I'm repeating myself already. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the second half of the Battle of Philippi, which I started in part 1, and we'll also be taking a look at some of the inter-battle screens and kind of management of your campaign, of your general and your campaign between battles. So that's what you're going to see in this video. It'll be about 30 minutes. It is taken from a live stream, so all the audio and whatnot is from a live stream that I did late last night. This isn't a critical analysis or anything like that, or a deep dive into the inner workings of the game. It's just sort of my first impressions and first look at the gameplay from Civil War, Ultimate General Civil War. So I hope you guys enjoy. I don't know if I'm going to post more than this video from this initial campaign playthrough because it did not end well. This particular battle did, but I streamed for about 3 hours last night and ended up embarrassingly losing quite a few men and not doing very well. So the first couple of battles were okay. That's what you're seeing here. I may do a Confederate campaign and then post more of that, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to handle that yet, so let me know what you guys think. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the fight, and I hope you enjoy. The town is secured, but the rebels are determined to retake it. We have prepared some entrenchments to stop their assault. Okay, so I guess this is a multi-phase battle. That's kind of neat. It looks like it's repositioned all our troops. Multiple enemy regiments approach from these roads. The most serious threat is the armored train, which comes from the railroad. We'll have much difficulty to neutralize it without enough cannons. The good news is we've got reinforcements en route with strong artillery batteries. They should arrive in about an hour. Okay. So we've got a few extra brigades. I think our casualties have carried over. It just repositioned our troops. We've got Walton, Woods. Yeah, definitely carried casualties over, because you can see here Bristow is severely depleted, and Stockton, the commander, is dead. Zook's brigade's behind some, looks like some earthworks over here, or some stones. Loomis isn't behind much. Walton is also behind some entrenchments, and then our artillery is positioned, at least one battery. Wood's artillery battery is positioned on the right, ideally to stop the rebel train as it comes. I'm wondering about repositioning scales as well, so we've got sufficient artillery. I think that makes some sense. Let's do that. Let's reposition him while we can. I don't know if they'll get in the way of each other if we position him over here. The line of sight, there's no line of sight button yet, again, probably due to being in early access. We're going to reposition that artillery, though. Hopefully we're strong enough to resist the enemy. I'm weakening my front a bit, but that's where Zook is, and that's my best brigade. We'll move Stockton up a little bit so we can provide, cover this gap a little bit. And hopefully that's sufficient. You can see here on the mini-map on the bottom right, you've kind of got a circular cone of line of sight. Rebels sighted on our left, so you can see here Wheeler's brigade coming up with 865 men. I don't know if they're supposed to be brigades or regiments. They could be regiments. In the actual in the Civil War, these kind of units, a single block of infantry would generally be a regiment of up to about 1,000 men, although often much smaller. Holy shit, those guys are booking it. Oh my god. Holy crap, were they frickin' range attacks effective from equipped weapons? Okay. What the hell were they? Sprinters? Olympic sprinters or something? Man. MacArthur, oh no. Confederates coming from the northern road. Rebels are marching too many, more marching toward us. So we did drive Wheeler back, but good lord were they fast. Okay, get back in position behind this wall. Some enemy cavalry coming. I mean, seriously, when you run, boy, do you run. Waiting for this armored train that's supposed to come. 1,500 men coming in on the right. Okay. It's almost cartoonish on how quick some of these guys are moving. Waiting for that train to come. We're gonna reposition some of these skirmishers here, because they're definitely coming in behind us. So you can see here we just lost a cannon. We just lost one of Woods' gun to that volley of skirmishers. So we're moving our own skirmishers forward to try and halt the enemy. There's no way. Uh-oh. I hear a train. I think. Yeah, definitely hear a train. So we've got artillery behind these skirmishers. Hopefully they can blunt this attack on the right. I don't have enough troops. Oh, wait. We got troops coming up. I'll let them march wherever they're going to march, but we've got some reinforcements coming up. I didn't see anything on the map telling me we had reinforcements, but obviously we do. I think what I will do is I'm going to tell this artillery... Oh, shit. Armored train. It's an ironclad train. Gonna get these guns to come up here. Immediately on the right. There might be a better line. Without the height mapping, it's hard to tell where the best place to put these guys is. Another melee happening over here. Our supply in general look like they're retreating on their own. Your general provides valuable command bonuses to units inside his command radius. Okay, that's fine. So again, there's that rebel train. By the looks of it, it's almost like an ironclad on wheels. Interesting. Oh, shit. Interestingly enough, the railroad gun was actually pioneered by the Confederacy during the Peninsula Campaign. General Lee mounted a heavy cannon. Oh my god, this thing is just... General Lee mounted a heavy gun on a railroad near Richmond to deal with... Oh my god, how the hell... Where are they dying from? To deal with a Union artillery threat near Richmond, Union siege guns. They literally just wiped out that brigade. I'd run, but I don't want them to arrive too tired to fight. I'm surprised these skirmishers are holding. Oh, just as I say that, they break and run. Like, is there any way to know? Well, I guess you got their manpower, but... Holy shit. That train all by its... Oh, there you go. Some canister into it. Just did some damage, but... Alright, get up here and fast. 2 can run. I should have sprinted him to begin with. I think it might be better for guns to go over here. I don't know if guns can run. Doesn't look like it. I'm going to move guns to the left to try and make sure we don't run them right into the enemy, and then hopefully they can take out what's left of this train. They definitely broke our right flank. Just caved in. I don't know if these guys can run. It'd be really nice. Okay. At least we're a little bit further from the train, so they can't just wipe us out. We must have lost all those men trying to melee with the train, I'm guessing. Ugh. Good lord, there's a lot of them. My artillery is so fucking slow. Zook is holding on the left. I should probably reposition him. No one's coming up that way, right?
reface and engage this guy. There you go. Doing some no, don't charge. Just stay there and shoot. Okay, so the Rebs are charging us. Do we have a hold button? There we go. Hold. Hold at all costs. I know you're heavily outnumbered and being charged, and you've already been ravaged with more than 600 casualties, but we gotta hold. This... Ugh. So this is not the Battle of Philippi. The Battle of Philippi had like 80 casualties or something small like that. This thing is basically turning into a bloodbath. That is one thing with Ultimate General Gettysburg. You always, like, literally, like, half the army would die before the battle. You know, double the actual casualties would occur in the game, which is fine. It's a game. You know, who cares? We are still holding, though. So we really need these guns to do some work. Let's move these guns. Let's move Schultz's battery up here. Facing this way. Hayes, you can see, it looks like he's getting his guns into position to fire on the train, so that'll be nice. Hopefully we can push that back. Meanwhile, there's just a lot of troops over here that are engaged in kind of a stand-up fight. I don't know. Let's see if there's information. So apparently there's weapons in this game as well. So like if we click on the eye marker on an individual unit, we can see what their weapon is. So that's another new thing. You can see the 69 caliber musket. It's got a reloading rate, a range, and a melee. And then you've got the Springfield again, which has a melee reloading and whatnot. Oh, they were both Springfields. But I'm assuming some of our units have something different. So they have the Springfield. These guys have the Sharp's Carbine, which is more of a sharpshooter weapon. It was used, it had, I believe, a breech loading mechanism. It looks like almost all of our infantry apparently have the Springfield, which is a very good musket. Oh wait, no, Springfield M1842. So this is actually a smoothbore musket, not the Springfield rifle. Usually when you refer to the Springfield in real life, it was usually the Springfield rifled musket. But this is actually more or less the US 1842 smoothbore standard issue weapon that was used in the Mexican-American War. Come on, artillery. Shoot at this guy. Don't shoot at these guys marching up here. Zook, get back behind. I want them to go after the damn train. Where did our other... Okay, so that's a supply wagon. We'll move them up. Okay, so this has turned into just kind of a stand-up fight. It does look like we're holding the town, though, so that's good. As long as we can hold it for another 58, whatever the hell measurement this is. Hurry, the Confederate train is withdrawing, severely damaged. Oh, hooray, the train is... I thought I said hurry. Okay, so we did more damage to it. You can see here our artillery definitely damaged it a bit. I don't know if we'll be able to destroy it, but it's pulling back. And then once that happens, I'm going to try and... I'm going to actually move Zook up here to deal with Wheeler. Whoa, what are you doing? Don't charge. Oh my god, you're crazy. You're getting yourself wiped out. Oh, they're fighting Grant. That's who they're fighting. Well, they're going to have to charge in here to help these guys, because these guys are going to get obliterated by this wad of Confederate troops. Hancock, head south. Get into the command radius so you can help these guys. Morale boost, I assume that little up mark is because... Oh my god, all these guys are in melee, aren't they? So, because we're in range, you can see we've got the 1st Division and the 2nd Division. The 2nd Division is over here. You can click back and forth between these units on the bottom. And I don't know if you can issue mass orders to these guys, which I'm not going to do. It also looks like you can turn command of the unit over to the AI, which is really interesting. That's kind of almost take command-like, if you guys remember the old classic there. And they just shattered our flank. Okay. Okay. So those guys just decided to run for the hills. They just completely broke our left. I don't know if these guys can fire into the town. It does look like it. Now, in charging, at the very least, in the short term, they are going to expose their flank. The Confederates are going to get caught in kind of a salient of their own. Our supplies just surrendered to the Confederates. Lovely. Well, that might make things difficult. It's trapped or received many losses. You can set it free if you move other units close to it. Okay. Rear flanked. Alright, these guys have to hold at all costs. These guys too. So you can see the enemy's trying to melee us yet again. That seems to be their tactic of choice, is charge forward and melee until you drive them back. Charge is a very strong tactical choice. Clear an area of enemy units due to melee bonuses. Come on, Milroy. Hold. Why is my guy so scared? Like, yeah, I get it. I could get killed, but... Alright, so we got our supplies back. Score. Okay, so Milroy's actually doing okay. Colquette is flanked by what? I don't know. Zook needs to come down here. Drove back some other troops. We need him down. He's still relatively fresh. What are these guys doing running around like maniacs? What the fuck is that? Just look at them. They're all like a little... Okay. You managed to capture an enemy unit. It's advised to select and press the unit and withdraw. What did we capture? Oh wait, no, this is our unit, right? We just captured back our own unit. Okay. Another charge into the breach. Our guys are exhausted at this point. Oh. And they captured our supplies right back. Lovely. Zook, you're still fresh. I'm going to ask you to charge. So supplies surrendered again. I think we're okay ammo-wise. At least for now. Good lord. This is not... There are no tactics to this right now. This is just insane. Stop running around like maniacs. Like, what the hell? Okay, halt charging. Halt. I don't want you to just charge off into the enemy all by yourself. You detected an enemy. Okay, great. So we just captured our supplies back. The supplies we took surrendered back to us. Okay. And Bruce, you're going to go and engage from the other side of the river and hit these rebels in the flank. Ideally, it looks like our other units that did rout ran off the map. Looks like I'm going to scrape together a victory, guys, or at least that's the hope. Apparently the rebels have just decided it's melee time. Hatch is charging in, outnumbered 4-1. We'll see how he does. So Wheeler's over here. I think our artillery just drove them back all by themselves. There's a lot of guys still. But again, every time they move toward the center of town, we've got Bruce here now firing into their flank. That should do some damage. Just one constant melee. Although we're down to 7 minutes or hours or whatever that time measurement is. So hopefully we hold the town of Philippi against the enemy resistance or enemy counterattack. Okay. But man, we lost a lot of men. 327 inflicted to 314. Looks like we've definitely done a good job of inflicting more on them than they on us. Okay, so they turned to face Bruce and just unleashed a volley, but that's buying us time. So we're just about at the end here. You can finish the mission or continue the fight. I think we want to... finish, yeah. Victory. Capture the train station on June 1st, 1861. A Union battle total outcome. Battle total outcome? What? Commanders and leaders. Innes MacArthur, 7,248 or 7,497 infantry, 248 cavalry, 8 guns. We had 20 guns, 240 cavalry, and 5,500 men. If we scroll down and look at casualties, you can see here we lost almost half our force, as well as some 8 guns, and over 75% of our cavalry. The enemy lost about half its, a little bit more than half its cavalry, only a couple of guns, but 3,400 infantry. So smaller percentage, but total raw numbers. We take a look at units here. You can see Zook did the most for us, killing over 800 men at a loss of only 164. Walton suffered the most for us, 676 casualties, only inflicting 478. Loomis also was shattered, 630 losses, only 475 casualties. And everybody else kind of about the same. McHenry, badly beaten. If we look at the most heavily hit units are McHenry on the Confederates and Walton on the Union. If we look at the units that killed the most, we've got Zook on our end. Actually, the top 6 brigades are on our end. So, end result's good. If we look at officers, General Zook is promoted from lieutenant colonel, I guess, or major to lieutenant colonel. So that's good. We look at goods. You can see here we rescued 1,000 M1842 Springfields. I don't know what rescued means. Maybe from like casualties that we scavenged them from. And then you've got captured weapons. We also got some Hunter rifles. Those must have been Confederates. It's a long single-shot rifle. Must be kind of their version of the Sharps. What the hell is rescued and captured? Rescued's what we take. Captured's what they take, maybe? Supply. Okay. Yeah, I don't... Does anybody know what rescued versus captured means? I don't know. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and we'll go into the next screen and we'll see what is on this screen. The Civil War Campaign Medal. So, okay. That's a historical medal, I believe, that any Civil War soldier would get. Battle reward, $53,300, 3,200 people, plus 3 reputation and 1 career point. Okay. And you can see here we're part of the 1st Corps, Thomas Hancock. When you create 1 extra division, a leading officer is assigned automatically with additional cost. Well, they did have gunboats at Shiloh historically. There were 2 Union wooden gunboats, not ironclads, but wooden gunboats at the Battle of Shiloh, which did actually provide some gunfire support for the Union forces as they were pushed back. Okay, guys, so taking a look here, that first battle was really just kind of an intro. I don't start with an army. I have to build it from scratch. You can see up here's our reputation, which will... you can see if we hover over, it'll tell us the government is still skeptical of our leadership skills, but is willing to support you. You may ask for some extra resources if you desperately need them, with risk to decrease your reputation levels to critically low levels, no morale effect. And if we go here, government, we can order extra resources, so we can spend our reputation to get Palmetto rifles, which I think are just an enhanced version of the 1842, 10-pound ordnance rifles, or John Gibbon, the original commander, I believe, of the Iron Brigade, ended up replacing Hancock as commander of the 2nd Corps toward the end of the war. Very effective general, did very well in command of the 2nd Corps toward the end of the war. You can see here we can spend up to 8 reputation, and these cost 5 each. Not sure I want to do that quite yet. We'll go ahead, and what we're going to do is I don't know what the right amount of supply is. I don't know if anybody has any tips. Throw them in the chat as far as how much supply is the right amount. But we're going to go ahead and buy some new units. So we're going to create some new divisions. You can see here William Dillinger, I think, is our commander, division officer. He's a colonel, so he should be a major general if he's commanding a division, at least a brigadier. But anyway, it's the game. It just symbolizes how much experience he has. So we'll create that first division. And let's see here. So as units die, it looks like you can recover them. But we've got, when you first create an extra unit, so we're going to create some extra units. So I'm thinking an infantry brigade. Ideally, what do we think? Is 1,000 soldiers right, or should we go more than that? I'm open to your guys' feedback, interested to hear what you have to say. More! Well, let's see. What does it cost us? So it's just basically 1 per soldier. But this is manpower cost. We only start with 3,200. So actually, I don't want to do that. I'm going to stay at 1,000. Whoa. We could go real small like the Confederate regiments toward the end of the war. We're going to go ahead and create 1. Carl Preston's commander. Actually, can we replace him? Yes, we can. Let's go with Gibbon. Let's create our own Iron Brigade. So we're going to go back to Reputation.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to... Oh, come on. Come on. What? Okay. We're going to buy John Gibbon. You're bought. Especially... You guys are right. It does sound a little bit weird to say you're buying someone. Especially in this era, you know. Not like anything like that happened to people during this time period. So John Gibbon will be our division commander. Early promotion for you, good sir. Preston will command one of our... actually, what does it say for reputation here? Reputation, the government's still skeptical. Morale penalty of -1 because we have a lower reputation. So Preston, we're going to have... I'd say, let's see if we can have 3... Is 3 brigades the right amount? We could go with more expensive weapons too, by the way, so that's kind of neat. You've got the Springfield is kind of the baseline. It's actually really good in melee because it fires a shotgun bullet when you're really close. So we've got the Springfield is kind of the entry level. We can upgrade to like the actual Springfield rifles, the Harper Ferry rifles, the Colt model, which is a rapid fire gun. I don't think we're going to have enough money for that. How much does that cost? Oh god, that's expensive. So it's like a 6-round weapon. No. But we may do...
Sir, yes, sir.
Springfield Model 1864. Create. Let's see if we can upgrade these guys' weapon a little bit. Actually, what are they? They're using the Springfield, aren't they? Yeah, they're both using the Springfield. Okay. So we've got Dillinger and Preston. We need some artillery as well, right, guys? I don't want to create a new division, but we probably should add some... What's artillery going to be? 200? Or skirmishers or something. So an artillery brigade is 4 guns. Costs 100 men. We do an 8-gun battery. Let's do that. So Bristow, an 8-gun battery. We still got 1,000 men to play with. Do we want a skirmishing unit? Apparently I don't have any of these weapons. I could buy the Sharps.
Yes, sir.
I think we'll have 2 200-man skirmisher units as well. Or apparently that's all I can do. I have to increase organizational skill to build a bigger brigade. So hopefully 2,000 men, two brigades with a skirmishing unit and an artillery unit is appropriate for division. It seems right? I mean, like 2 brigades and then having an artillery component and a skirmisher component. That seems about right. Actually, I wonder if we can increase the size here. We've still got manpower left. I'm tempted to go with a 16-gun battery. That's big, to say the least, but...
Yes, sir.
16 guns, oh yeah! Well, we might as well use the manpower we have, right? So we might as well make both of these brigades 1,200 men. So that's a lot of artillery. But I think artillery is very useful. So make these two 1,200-man brigades. And maybe a little bit more skirmishers. Maybe we increase it to like 250. And we'll keep some left over to, not many, but a few left over to replace some casualties. 150 is not leaving much, but let's see what you guys think. Okay, can we increase the quality of the gun? We've got 6-pound field guns. We've got a little bit of money left over, so we could go with the 12-pound Napoleon would be just a little bit too expensive. We could go with the 12-pound howitzer. 16 required for brigade. I don't know what that red means. Oh, I guess we don't have them in our inventory, right?
Sir.
Can I shrink it? No. Well, it looked like we're stuck with the 6-pounders. Damn. Didn't even look at what I was doing. Got a little bit of money left over. I was always kind of partial to the Lorenz, but we don't have money for that. We could go with the Palmetto.
Sir, yes, sir!
So some of our troops are going to have slightly upgraded 1842s. Not enough money for them. We'll increase supply to 10,000 based on what someone said in the chat. And I think we're ready to go, right, guys? So if we go back to the armory. Okay, barracks. No officers available. I mean, we already have officers, right? We could upgrade them. They cost money. We do have a little bit of money, so we could upgrade both of our officers, or maybe our artillery.
Sir, yes, sir!
Hopefully our sharpshooter guy doesn't get killed right away. That's actually a downgrade.
Sir.
There were perks, too. No available perks. Okay. Alright, I think we're about ready, unless we want to spend a little bit of money to make Major William Church lead command. So Church's brigade is much more capable than the previous guy. And that's about all we can do. So that's our brigade. 2,400 infantry, 250 skirmishers, and 16 guns. Pretty solid unit, I think. Not much left in the way of money or manpower to replace our losses.
Alright, and there you have it. Some more Ultimate General Civil War gameplay right there. I'm going to cut the video off here. There is another battle that I do fight, and I may show that one. But I don't know how far, again, that I'm going to go into this campaign. So I hope you guys enjoyed this half an hour. The second half of the Battle of Philippi and some inter-battle management of your corps for your general. But let me know your thoughts in the comments and descriptions. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.